What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here, and I just finished watching the Pokémon Presents presentation, which you can see here. It was honestly incredibly impressive. It actually was a very long just conference about everything Pokemon, but most of it was Pokemon Violet and Ruby, which honestly look freaking fantastic. This is just going to be about Pokemon hype and some of my thoughts, because this whole new generation of Pokemon, it looks so much bigger, so much better, so much more new than the last couple Pokemons have been, at least for me. Now, to be honest, there was a lot of stuff in this press conference I didn't care about, talking about, I don't know, Pokemon trading card game, the 50 different cell phones, so we're not going to talk about any of this cell phone mobile Pokemon crap. I want to talk about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and also a lot of the new details they've discussed, because this does almost sound like Skyrim Pokemon. Now, right here, I do want to begin with a tweet by my buddy OJ, who said that there is definitely a big graphical leap. There is a technological advancement they've done with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that we haven't seen in a while. Like, as much as I love Pokemon at times, these games are very low budget. For how much billions of dollars they make, it does feel like the Pokemon Company sort of makes them as bottom tier as they can. Like, finally, it looks like we're getting a game that has actually good graphics on top of actually good gameplay. Now, this year, I can say that I've been very much bit by the Pokemon bug. I have been back into my gotta catch 'em all phase. I liked Pokemon a lot as a kid, but as I've grown up, I definitely fell off. So what I did this year is, after I paid Pokemon Legends Arceus back in, what was that, January or February, randomly, I got this urge to try and beat every generation of Pokemon sequentially. So I've been doing it. I beat Pokemon Red, I beat Pokemon Crystal, then I beat Pokemon Emerald, and now I'm working on Platinum and stuff. You can see here I have Pokemon Y. I'm literally trying to go through and beat every single generation of Pokemon just so I can be fully ready to know all 1,000 Pokemon when this game comes out. But I want to actually take a look at this. So here's a list of couple features they mentioned in this trailer. Like, before we even talk about these features though, real quickly, holy heck does this setting look fantastic. A lot of these screenshots and a lot of this different gameplay they showed off today really gives just the sense of bigness. Like, excuse the cheesy third grader word, but something about this feels, it feels like the idea of a big city. Lots of different environments, lots of different people, there's vacation spots, and the biggest part about this game is that it is fully open world. You can go wherever you want, you can do whatever you want, you can catch Pokemon seemingly in any order you want, but one of the things they mentioned is they're bringing back classic gym leaders, where you go to a town and there's like a big house on the hill that if you go into is going to have the biggest, baddest dude in town. Well, I'm 99% sure when I was listening to it, it sounded like they said we can do the gyms in any order we want. So if you have a bunch of grass type Pokemon, perhaps you're going to try and take on the water type gym leader and the rock type gym leader right off the bat to get some easy levels. Now, they did mention that some stuff here is going to have special extended forms. This new region is called Paldean, and Paldean obviously seems like London. So you can see here is a Paldean Wooper, which kind of makes him look muddy. This is pretty cool. The idea of this like new, now we've seen this before obviously in stuff like the Alolan Pokemon and stuff. It's cool that they're keeping that trend. They have said there's going to be a greatly expanded Pokedex, which essentially probably means a new 100 Pokemon. Super good for that, especially because some of the Pokemon we're seeing, this is already definitely the fan favorite. This is Fidough. Fidough is literally a puppy dog made of cookie dough. This thing is already completely taking over the internet. This trailer was aired like 5 minutes ago, and somehow there's already freaking fan art of this dog being put in the oven. But you know what? I'll admit it, I think that this is incredibly good. I don't really like fairy type Pokemon, so I'll probably catch him because he's cute, but I'm never going to use this guy in battle. But yes, that's great. I do also want to show off, this is the map. It is so enormous. Look at all these different regions. Oh my gosh. I'm literally in shock. I'm literally in impressed awe as to, oh my gosh, look at this cool little desert region. I can see some sort of like shrines here, some big spooky northern crater looking ass like Final Fantasy VII. Like, man, this game is going to be enormous. But before we talk about that, real quickly, something I want to show you in the trailer specifically, which is going to blow your mind, is, oh yeah, the game is fully multiplayer, so that's great, but the version of the game that you're choosing, whether it is Pokemon Scarlet or Pokemon Violet, It gives you a motorcycle. Look at this. Your legendary Pokemon is given to you right at the start, and so they can fly, they can go across water. Look at this. So I think this is their way of enabling you to go anywhere and do anything right at the beginning of the game, is to basically make it where you can just do the story you want. And again, they've mentioned you can play this game fully multiplayer. This is exactly the Pokemon I have always wanted. There's also these new completely invented features like this thing called Teratastalize. God, I'm so bad at reading whatever the hell this word is, but it sounds like Pokemon almost have a limit break, much like Final Fantasy, where if they build up enough energy, they go like crystal form, and it enhances their elemental abilities. So like a fire Pokemon could do more fire damage, or some people even grow a new freaking environmental type. So like sometimes Eevee will actually become a different style of Pokemon. Like, this seems so cool. I want to play this entire game multiplayer. Like, it would be so neat as a person who grew up playing Pokemon with his friends, and I'm still friends with a lot of my childhood buddies. It would be so retro and yet so modernized to play through it side by side, actually sitting there with my Switch in hand and play through all these different regions. Or, man, could we even double team a gym leader? Man, the potential of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is enormous. Like, my last concerns just come down to the fact that I really did not like Sword and Shield very much. My biggest problem with Pokemon Sword and Shield is that it felt a little bit like baby's first Pokemon. This feels like it's aimed a bit older. Like, I'm not going to pretend that these are like games for adults or whatever. I know that these are little kid games that happen to be fun, but this looks like a very good Pokemon that I don't know, it looks like it's in that interesting maturity period where it is going to have cool graphics and big zones and exploration. Like, I don't know, I want to see and learn all these new Pokemon and hopefully see how well I can do at it. I'm very, very, very ready for this game. I can't believe I'm actually this excited for a Pokemon game again, but here it is. It's the addiction is real. What do you think about this, though? Man, I put aside all these slides, these HD screenshots. These are all Fidough. Man, all these Teratastalize. Look at this. Man, I am so ready for this game. But what do you think? Are you excited for Pokemon? Does this look like a big old fat L? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And please keep dreaming. I've actually had insomnia for the last couple days, so if I sound or look a little bit tired, I apologize. I've basically not slept in days, but I wanted to talk about Pokemon. And now I'm going to edit this video and probably take a nap and die. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, you know, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.